The reason we kind of had this meeting, got a plan, was we had a couple thefts in Avon, specifically in the Wildridge area. One was reported to us, another one wasn't reported to us yet. But we want to try to talk about some prevention things, some things that we can do to help you to keep from being a victim before it gets to be a big problem in Avon. And we've also had some other thefts in the previous 5 to 6 months, different locations in Avon is from construction sites. The gates have been hit a couple times. And then we had one of our local businesses, electric companies, was hit for some copper wiring. This failure to report is one of the major problems that we have in law enforcement, where a lot of business owners feel that, hey, look, this is just the cost of doing business. You know, we expect we're going to lose stuff, so we're not going to report it to the police because the police probably aren't going to catch anyone anyways, and it's a waste of their time, and it's a waste of my time to wait for an officer to show up to make the report. But really, it is important that you report all that theft. Because I think, don't you have some stories where some suspects were in custody and they take us around? It's happened to me before. They take us around and point to all the places they've stolen stuff from, and we're like, we search our records and we don't have any report of anything being taken from there. So that's why it's important to us.
Mark it with something. You can register any odd number that you want as your number. You can use your driver's license number. Recommended, of course, now with all of the identity theft, that you don't use your social security number on anything. But put your driver's license number, put your contractor's number, put something on there that identifies it to you. And I mean, you know, it used to be that everybody would put a big orange stripe on something and saying it's theirs. That's pretty. That might help you identify something that you think is yours from across the way, but it's not going to help us because a can of orange paint is anything that anybody can buy. On big stuff, record serial numbers. I mean, anything that's worth over $100 is going to have a serial number on it. So put that somewhere so that when we do we can enter these things. We can enter these things into the National Crime Computer, and it actually does work. If somebody comes across a cache of stolen stuff, they'll enter all of the tools back into that computer, and if they've been entered by the reporting agency, they'll show up again so that the recovering agency can say, hey, we've got your stuff here, come get it.
Another thing that we can do is police officers really love to arrest people, okay? I mean, that's our whole goal, is prevention of crime, putting bad guys in jail. You know, you hear people say, oh, you know, the officers, all they're concerned about is dogs running loose or writing speeding tickets. And then, no, what really motivates officers is helping people, such as yourself, and putting bad people in jail that don't belong to be on the street. So one of the ways that we can work together is, for example, on the Weston site, it's going to be really important to do this. Put up no trespassing signs around the property. Give us a letter saying that you were prosecuting anyone that's on that property that doesn't belong there. And then it gives the officers that tool, so when they're on patrol in the middle of the night, they see someone on that property, we have the authority to stop them, detain them. We can actually arrest them because you give them the pre-permission for us to do that. Yeah, and the rest of you can do that too on your construction sites up in Wildridge. If you want to post no trespassing signs around the property, give us a trespassing letter authorizing us to stop people, detain people that's on that property to investigate what's going on, and we can actually arrest people if they don't belong there. You know, probably a large portion of the thefts out there is from the people you hire on the job site. So screening the workers and subcontractors is probably big for you to do that. And there's a lot of different websites, internet sites where you can actually do background checks on people if you choose to do that. Checking identification of the people working for you, especially, you know, with the problem of illegal immigrants and stuff coming in here, we got to check IDs. Probably the most important stuff is lock your stuff up. Pick it up at the end of the day, lock it up if you can, take it with you. You can set up stuff so your piles, you know, your piles of construction material, you're not making hiding places for people. So that if an officer's driving by, they'll be able to see if someone's on your lot, that kind of stuff. Keep your building supplies out in the open, again, so we can see it. Don't put them inside of the building unless it's going to be locked up, and then that's fine. You can use fencing, that helps a little bit. Even the snow fencing helps. It kind of sets the perimeter, It sets, you know, what the trespassing area is that people can't cross. It lets us know, it lets the neighbors know, hey, someone's jumping the fence, they shouldn't be doing that, even though it's just a snow fence. So it does help. You can make your workers park off-site. No one drives a vehicle onto the construction site, because if you allow them to do that, then that means it's easy access for them to load their vehicles up with stuff.